One of my favorite things to do.
One of my favorite. I definitely hear one and fave as being stressed. Of my is very quick, very different than one and fave. Of my. So I'm using the schwa here, and I am giving the V sound of my, but it's very flat and quick.
One of my favorite.
I notice that I'm dropping the middle unstressed syllable in favorite. So it's not favorite, but simply favorite, favorite things. And I notice that I am making that a stop T. I'm not releasing it. I'm going straight into the TH. One of my favorite things.
One of my favorite things to do with a free day. One of my favorite things to do with a free day. One of my favorite things to do with a free day.
One of my favorite things to do with a free day. So I notice both the words free and day have a lot more length than the others. Things is a content word. It is a noun, but it's more generic than free and day. I think that's why I didn't give it as much time. One of my favorite things to do with a free day.
One of my favorite things to do with a free day. One of my favorite things to do with a free day. One of my favorite things to do with a free day.
I notice with the word to, I am reducing that to the schwa sound. It's not to do, it's to do. To do.
To do with a free day.
Also, the article of course, is a schwa. Now, I pronounced the ending th unvoiced, with a. Sometimes when people link the ending th that is unvoiced into a voiced sound, like the vowel schwa, they will voice it and say with a. But I left that unvoiced with a free day.
With a free day, with a free day, with a free day.
Is to ride my bike. Ride, bike. Those were the two longest words in that sentence fragment. Is to ride my bike. I notice again, I reduced this to the schwa sound. It's not to, it's to, is to ride, is to ride, is to ride my bike.
Is to ride my bike, is to ride my bike, is to ride my bike. Sometimes I'll ride along the Hudson River.
What did you hear as the most stressed syllables there? I'm hearing some, ride, hud, riv. As you practice your own speech, listen to it and make sure that you can pick out stressed syllables in a sentence. If you can't, then they all sound too much the same and we're lacking good rhythmic contrast. So it's always good to study other speech and to note what do you hear as being the longest syllables. Usually it will go along with adjectives, adverbs, nouns, and verbs.
Sometimes I'll ride along the Hudson River. Sometimes I'll ride along the Hudson River. Sometimes I'll ride along the Hudson River.
What else do you notice? I notice the ending S here is pronounced as a Z. Sometimes I'll ride. Also, did you notice how I pronounced that contraction? I didn't say I'll. I said all. So it sounded a lot like this word. In fact, it sounded just like this word, all. I used the aw as in law vowel. Sometimes I'll ride. So I reduced the contraction, which is already a reduction of I will, to all. Sometimes I'll ride.
Sometimes I'll ride. Sometimes I'll ride. Sometimes I'll ride along the Hudson River.
The Hudson River. The word the pronounced with the schwa. Sometimes it's pronounced with an E vowel. That would be when the next word begins with a vowel or diphthong. Here it begins with a consonant, the H sound, Hudson. So it was a schwa. The Hudson River.
The Hudson River, the Hudson River, the Hudson River.
Did you notice how the second and unstressed syllable of Hudson was pronounced? It's written with the letter O, but there's the schwa vowel in there. As an unstressed syllable, it's very fast. Sun. And when the schwa is followed by the N sound, you don't need to worry about making a separate schwa sound. It gets absorbed by the N. Sun. Hudson.
The Hudson River, the Hudson River, the Hudson River, or in Central Park.
I noticed I did not reduce the word or. That can be reduced to Hudson River or Central Park, but in this case I didn't. I said or. Wait, I just realized I missed the word in, or in Central Park, or in Central Park. Do you hear how fast the word in is? Orin, or in Central Park. Central. Stressed syllable of central is the first one. Sen. The second syllable has the schwa, troll.
Central.
Did you notice I'm making more of a CH sound here instead of a T sound for the T in central? Central. This can happen when the T is followed by an R.
Central Park. And sometimes I'll go visit friends in Brooklyn.
And sometimes. I definitely dropped the D in that word. And sometimes. Reducing the word and.
And sometimes.
Let's talk about stress in that last part of the sentence.
And sometimes I'll go visit friends in Brooklyn.
What did you hear as being the most stressed syllables? Some, sort of. But even stronger, viz, friends, brook, verb, noun, the content words. And did you notice the contraction I'll? Again pronounced with the aw as in law vowel, reduced to all.
And sometimes I'll go visit friends in Brooklyn.
Also, all of these words, as always in a thought group, were very connected. I had to stop T here and visit, so I didn't bother to release it, which would have made a little gap in my line. Visit friends.
Visit friends in Brooklyn.
Also, the ending Z sound of friends linked into the beginning vowel of the next word. Friends in Brooklyn.
Visit friends in Brooklyn. One of my favorite things to do with a free day is to ride my bike. Sometimes I'll ride along the Hudson River or in Central Park, and sometimes I'll go visit friends in Brooklyn.